Hey guys, so today I wanted to come on here and review the YSL All Hours Foundation. I got a small sample of this foundation from Boots. A lot of the time when I'm just shaking it up. A lot of the time when I go into places like Boots to go and get foundation samples, a lot of the time I go in there to get them because they've been advertised by that particular brand that they have these foundations in stock for samples. So I don't just go in there willy-nilly just saying, oh, can I have a sample of this, can I have a sample of that? That's never the case. I usually find out like from their Instagram, their Twitter, and this time around I had been signed up to this website called Magic Freebies, and they send me emails literally every single day saying what the freebies of the day are, and 9 times out of 10 they're not anything that I am interested in. But when they said free YSL sample, it led me to the Boots website, and then it said literally you don't need like a code or to print out anything. You just go into the store that has a YSL counter and asks to be color matched and for a free sample. So that's exactly what I did. And they gave me the shade B60. She's written it down on this little card here for me. So when I went into the store, I already had my foundation on. I had the Ordinary Coverage foundation on, and she just took off a little bit here and she color matched me. And in the store, I do find that they make sure that the lights are perfect for makeup. How it looks when you're outside and how it looks when you're inside are two completely different things, because they do make sure in these stores, not just Boots, but any store that has makeup, they make sure that the lighting is correct. Like, so it enhances and makes the makeup look even better than it normally would. So anyway, so she matched me, it looked great. I went and she gave me a bottle, and I've been trying this out for like a week and a half, 2 weeks almost. So this is supposed to be like a high coverage foundation. I'm just gonna and I really like, obviously I know that this is just the sample, but I like being able to control exactly where I'm going to put my foundation with this tiny little paddle thing. I'm not too sure if the real one has a pump or not, so I'm going to just I always use this brush to blend out my foundation, and I always use like a patting motion rather than a swiping motion, because I feel like swiping just moves it around, but patting actually drives it into the skin and blends it out the way I want it to be blended out. But obviously however you want to do it, you do it. You don't have to use this brush. You can use your own favorite makeup brush, and I've tried all kinds of different makeup brushes. I've tried the flat brushes like this, I've tried beauty blender sponges, I've tried, I think Sigma had like an HD, it was like literally like this. It was like this was how this brush was. It was like that, so it was kind of like a diamond shape. That was a good brush, still have that one actually, but this one I just find was the best. Okay, so this is what the foundation looks like with just one layer on, and in store I found that this was just like so pretty. Like, this was so nice, and the way it sits on the skin is just so gorgeous. You will need to put powder over the top because the finish is kind of like a natural finish. It's supposed to emulate your own skin, but I find that because I like the matte look, I need to put powder over the top of it to make it sit the way I want it to sit and look the way I want it to look. So after a couple of days of wearing this foundation, I felt like, oh, okay, whenever I'm looking at it in natural light, I'm finding that it's not looking 100% my color. So I found myself using a little bit of the Sleek foundation that I have. I can't remember, is that an all day foundation as well? It's some kind of long wear foundation, and when I just dab on a little bit with it, it looks amazing. I went back to the store to ask them if they can color match me again, because they did say, you know, if you do want to get recolor matched, just do that, you can just come back in. So I did, and the color selection from what they had in the store, from B60 to the next color, was just like way too dark. It was like a huge jump, and they said it's not going to, like, we don't have any in between in store for your shade. You know, we don't have the next one up for you. It's a big jump, and I think that they should carry more sample shades in store, because YSL, you lot don't want to have the same issue that Tarte are having right now. I'm telling you this now. Like, I know that YSL is more of an established brand, but then that's even more of a reason for you to carry all of the shades of the rainbow, you know. Also, one thing that I do find is that I do prefer to have 2 layers of this foundation on, because as you can see, like here, that's showing through. Even though yes, I will conceal, like that's showing through. It's stuff like that. But overall, I love the way that this foundation looks on my skin when I have adjusted the color a little bit. And does it last all day? Yes, it does. It does not maintain a matte finish, but it wasn't supposed to be matte in the first place. It's supposed to be a more natural kind of finish. So I don't expect it to give me that matte effect all day. So I do find myself blotting, but not as much as some other foundations that I have used in the past. I do definitely want to get the full size of this foundation. I don't think it's more than £35. From what I remember. I'll find the price and I'll put it somewhere on the screen. Do most definitely, when I've run out of this sample, I do want to go and get the full size of it, because I just love the way that it looks on me. I do find that because I do wear quite a bit of powder, I have to spray my fixing spray all over my face before I leave the house. Otherwise, I look like a cakey mess, and that's not cool. What am I doing with this brush? Yeah, that's not cool. Do I advise for anyone who wants this foundation to go and get it? Most definitely. I wouldn't advise it for anyone who has oily skin, because as I said, I do find that I do have to blot. Not as much as I normally do, but because this isn't a mattifying foundation in the first place, you're gonna find that your oils are going to seep through. But definitely go to Boots or to any YSL counter and go and get a sample. Go and get color matched. Go and find out, you know, what shade you are. These are supposed to last you 7 days. I've had this for like 2 weeks. And when I say I'm adding my own, like the sleek foundation as well, I'm not finding that I'm putting any less of this than I normally would. I'm putting the normal amount just as I did, but then I'm putting a little bit, a little dab here, a little dab there, a little dab there of the sleek foundation, just to tweak the color a little bit. I do want to go and find another counter that has these, which hopefully has a better shade range in store, well, sample range in store, because there's a difference between like the stock range that they have carrying it in a store and the sample range that they carry in store. So they might have all of the shades in store, but they might only have half of those shades in sample form. Does that make sense? I hope it does. So maybe that's something that they need to work on. But at the end of the day, I really do enjoy this foundation. I just love the way it makes my skin look. Go and get color matched. Try it out for a week before investing in the full bottle. That's why I love samples so much, because if I decided that, oh, I hated this, it doesn't matter. I didn't, you know, well, firstly, it was free. But secondly, it's only a tiny little bit. I didn't spend 35 or 36 pounds, whatever, on the foundation to realize that I hate it. And there have been instances where, like, I got a Lancome foundation, I got a couple of other foundations where I was just kind of like, I hate this foundation, but I'd only had the small sample one, so I didn't invest big money into it in the first place. So that's why I love samples, and I would definitely urge you to go and get a sample before investing your money into it. That's just my opinion. Anyway, so I'm going to leave the link to Boots' website where they sell the full size of this, in case you do just want to go ahead and make a purchase. That's completely down to yourself, but I'm going to leave the link down below. But again, go into Boots, go and get color matched, try it out for a week and make a decision. I absolutely love it. Love this foundation. It's taken me away from the Ordinary coverage foundation for a hot minute. I can't even deny it. Anyway, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.